One of the things that we thought we'd start out talking about tonight is that I've heard Chris and Bobby say that there are a lot of new faces in the room, people that they haven't seen before at a KCCC meeting. meeting. And so this group has been around for what, 5 or 6 years at this point? Is it something like that? Yeah, or longer even. And so we thought we'd just kind of talk a little bit about the concept of the Cherokee satellite communities, because I have a suspicion that there are people in this room who are unfamiliar with this. A lot of people I've overheard say, I didn't know about this group, didn't know they existed, are there others like it? Yeah, there are. There are a lot of them like this. We have about 22 of them across the country. So Jack and I together are the at-large representatives on the Cherokee Nation Tribal Council. So that means that the two of us represent the 200,000 who live outside of the Cherokee Nation boundaries. So we are your representatives, and we try to get here to this area at least once a year. As I said, last year we didn't make it because our travel budget was eliminated. So there is a network of 22, and we call them the official satellite communities of the Cherokee Nation. And the idea was that you've got a lot of groups around who call themselves Cherokee. There are probably 300 of them or so, all throughout the United States. Most of them don't have any real connection to the Cherokee Nation. Most of them don't actually have Cherokee Nation citizens participating in them. Some of them are engaged in fairly benign stuff, you know, well-meaning but maybe misguided. And then there are others who are engaged in much more nefarious things, you know, even criminal activity sometimes, but in every instance under the name of being Cherokee. And so one of the ideas about this was that, you know, for the citizens of the Cherokee Nation who wanted to have a true connection with their nation and with each other, that these would be organizations that we could point to. You know, there's one in your neck of the woods here, right, that you can go there, and that's where you will gain that true experience and where that true community exists. So that's what the Kansas City Cherokee community is, and it is part of a network, and it is in communication with many of these other groups. I know Bobby last year went to the CATA conference. I don't know, are you going again this time? Or Scott's going this time, right, okay. So, and that's where you'll meet up with a lot of the other leaders, you know, from the other organizations, and they're beginning to have summits of their own, independent of the Cherokee Nation, and so it's an exciting movement, I think, you know, that at-large Cherokee citizens are beginning to be connected not only to the Cherokee Nation but to each other. So we wanted to give that little introduction before we kind of launched into our Cherokee 101 program, because we did understand that there were a lot of folks in the room who have not been in touch with this organization yet. So I really wanted to pitch this group and say, get involved with them, because there's a lot of stuff happening in this area. This is a real strong area for just Indian activities in general. And this organization is not only hooked into the Cherokee Nation, but they are also hooked into the larger Indian community, right? Not just Cherokee, but Indian community here in Kansas City as well. So.
There are 96 different tribal
represented in this.
Yeah, individuals. Because we have a way to track that at American Indian Council. So being
right
in the middle, I think is why we get so. But the majority are Cherokee and Navajo. Well, Potawatomis and Pickaboos and some Sioux, but
of course the Cherokees and Navajos are the largest.
yes, exactly.
And the Cherokees just surpassed the Navajos. So
Right.
we're now the largest, both more than 300,000 citizens.
So I'd like to see the rest of the Cherokees that are here.